Your nagging is becoming more annoying than my persistent rash. We finally have a secure base. To go back outside without a plan is even too foolhardy for me.
You want us to hide behind these walls? To leave our comrades to die while you sip wine and lounge about? You have no honor, knight.
Don't lecture me about honor, elf. You have no idea what I've seen or what I've gone through.
Alright, we're back, picking up right where we left off last time. Through stuff. Okay, I think we fixed this. Sorry. Okay.
My apologies for that display. The whole rash comment. Just a figure of speech, of course. So, I suppose you know more about this place than any of us. Like where I can get a decent drink?
Yeah, the city is a safe haven, a place where you can regroup and organize.
A safe haven, eh? I didn't really expect to see cheerful flowers and clear water anywhere in this dark realm. I assumed we were walking into untimely and painful deaths. Glad to see I was wrong this one time.
How did you end up here?
I couldn't let you go off and save the world all by yourself, could I? Not with just these Fighters Guild braggarts. Besides, there was a portal. How could I not step through and see what was on the other side?
Right, that's what I say. Who's leading this group?
That's a good question. I heard that Captain Alfari was killed shortly after we were scattered. I was hoping to find another officer here, but no such luck.
I rescued an Aliad king. He wants to help assemble our forces.
An Aliad? I thought they were all, you know, dead. Of course, this is a Daedric prince's plane. I really need to stop being surprised by such revelations. I have a feeling that won't be the strangest thing I find out before this is all over.
Attend me, soldiers. We have a war to win, and time grows short.
What in Ariel's name is this? Who are you?
So that's the last Aliad, huh? I thought he'd be more dusty. Isn't that what happens when elves get really, really old?
Shut it, you fop.
Who's in charge of this group? Step forward and address me.
We all crossed our arms.
Then allow me to rectify that. I shall lead you. We shall recover your comrades and complete your mission. If that does not work for you, your services are no longer needed.
I don't know who you are, but you aren't Fighters Guild. You have no authority over us.
Do you challenge me, then? Do you want me to kill you to prove my combat prowess to your companions?
I wouldn't necessarily mind seeing that. He is kind of annoying.
How can you expect us to lay down our lives for someone we never met? Trust is earned on the battlefield.
If you want to survive, if you want to win this, you must trust me. Allow me to explain why you need my leadership. We shall work this out. I understand your reservations, but with my leadership, the Fighters Guild will help us win this war.
All right. He's dropped off.
The pieces begin to fall into place. With the king's aid, we shall assemble a force worthy of Meridia's blessing.
When did these people arrive?
Small groups have trickled in since your departure. The warriors inside seem to be under the protection of the knight Darian, an exceptional fellow. Brave to a fault, and devoted to lost causes. Cadwell found them in the wilds.
Okay. You just go out and be merry? Pick up.
We can
place
use
and
this.
Go have fun. Fun. Spinning thing of spinning. Ugh. I don't want to play with a spider, Daedra. I never want to play with any of the spiders. Okay, let's see. Where are we going? Where are we and where are we going? Over here. Looks like we got something over this way. We'll head over there.
They've been captured. I arrived with a few other wizards, conjuration masters. We helped open the portal to Cold Harbor. Unfortunately, we didn't arrive where we expected. A defensive countermeasure, I think. Molag Bal's forces were upon us in an instant.
Where are the others?
They were captured by Daedra, led by Judge Zivan. In the confusion, I managed to slip away. I've been scouting around in scamp form ever since. The mages are on trial inside the Hall of Judgment. I could hear Judge Zivan shouting at them. We must help them.
Of course, I'll help. Where do we start?
A magical barrier shields the entryway to the hall. It's powered by elemental crystals. We must destroy the crystals and collect a key to open the gate. You must hurry. Daedric justice can be swift.
I'll take care of it.
Collect the gate key from the coffer to the north, and destroy the 3 crystals to bring down the barrier. There's 1 crystal in each tower. Meet me near the Hall of Judgment's entrance when you're done. I'll continue scouting until then.
Who are you exactly?
Mages Guild Warlock and Master Conjurer at your service. I'm an expert on the Plains of Oblivion, so I was an obvious choice to undertake this mission. I was raised on the Shivering Isles, so I am intimately familiar with Oblivion.
Why were you disguised as a scamp?
A trick I picked up. Made it easier to get around the Shivering Isles. I was using it to scout the area when I saw you approaching. Some consider my methods unorthodox, but the results speak for themselves. I certainly wasn't captured by the Daedra.
Look at his hands. For 1 second, they look like they have like he has gloves on, like the texture, but those are actually his hands. Like, anyway, isn't the Shivering Isles in Oblivion?
Why, nothing gets past you, does it? Though I was born on your world, I grew up in Oblivion. It gives me a rather unique perspective that the Mages Guild often makes use of.
What else can you tell me about the imprisoned mages?
Judge Zivan has them on trial in the Hall of Judgment. From what I've been able to overhear, it isn't going well for them. To get inside, we need to bring down that barrier. Then the mages and I can get back to the mission that brought us here.
So I need to destroy the crystals.
The 3 elemental crystals, yes. But more than that, we also need a key to open the locked gate. I saw them place the gate key in a guarded coffer in the northern section of the ruins.
To Apocrypha with you.
got you. I got you. Says that it's here. Is it here? Here it is.
Quality material makes for quality goods.
It does. These wooden platforms, so I can't be silly and jump down. Can't hear. No. I need to go. Taking that dead body. He got the message late that he needed to lay down. The Everfull flagon. Find mead, good company, come and enjoy. Free mead! Ask for the special blend. Clumsy writing scrawls across the bottom of the handbill. Turn back. Mead, the mead, mead, be wary. Lots of skeletons. I mean, I guess it is the... Alright. Guy's got some of the worst eyesight ever. Flashing neon green light, and they're like, I don't know what the problem is. I'm sure it's fine. You weirdos. Okay, picking up where we left off. It's the same episode for you guys, but I had to wander off and like go eat. I got a little, I didn't feel that great, but now I feel fine. Like, cause I went the whole day without eating, cause I have that really bad habit. I'm one of those people who hyperfocus, and then I'm like, why am I so hungry?
Well, what did you get?
Runes. We got runes, Xander. Okay. Oh, well, we're fine. We'll walk. Oh, get up. Look around here. Don't want the sword because it's a penny sword. Oops, I wasn't even paying attention.
Another chance at perfection.
Maybe this way?
That was intellectually stimulating.
Xander's lecturing me. He gets that disgusted tone, like, you are not paying attention. Anything, you little idiot. Oh, alright, Xander. There's a book somewhere around here. Here? Oh, I see it. It's on that table over there. How do I get there? Xander, how do we get over there? No? Okay, I think it's... I doubt it can be... Nope, too easy. No. Xander, how do we get there? Xander. Well, I'm pretty sure this wasn't the way, but... Xander. Okay, I'm stuck. Okay, I'm not. Notes for personal memoirs of King Valerian Dinar, the last king of the Liliads. Okay, well. Big glowing piece of paper it is. Judge Xivian, on the matter of the new prisoners, we have determined that they are indeed mortals from Nirn, members of the Mages Guild, in fact. It was our excellent good fortune to capture these invaders. It is clear that they have entered Cold Harbor legally and for purposes that are in direct conflict with the will of Molag Bal. We haven't had a trial in such a long time. It should be a good show that helps bolster the morale of our servants. Of course, the verdict is a far-gone conclusion. As always, your justice is swift and cruel, my master. Well, we better shift our little behinds and get 'em moving, huh? Before our friends become lunch meat. Freezing her. Really endeavor. Defeat 40 enemies. How many hours have we been playing now? I think this is episode 100 and...
We can use this.
Something, 110 maybe. And I still do not know where to check our daily endeavors.
The trial is over. Judge Zivan found my companions guilty and sentenced them to death. They were taken to the cells below the hall while preparations are made for the execution. I'm working on a distraction to cover our escape. Did you find the key?
I have the gate key. Let's go rescue the mages.
An excellent suggestion. There's no time to waste. Let's get inside and free the others.
Let's go.
Oh, good. A guard. And I thought this was going to be boring.
The guilty are drawn to the Come and be judged, mortals.
Excellent. Head down to the holding cells and free my companions. I'll guard our way out of here.
You're no guard. Grab that key on the table and open these cages. Fresh air of freedom. Thanks for opening that cage.
Mm-hmm.
Guilty? Me? I'll make them rue the
Great
day.
rescue, but now what? Do you have a plan, or are we making this up as we go along?
We are totally making this up as we go along. And I'm also pillaging right now. I'll be with you in just a second. You got everything? Hi.
Thank you. This one thought we were done for after Judge Zivin sentenced us to death. How do we get out of the Hall of Judgment? They're not going to let us simply walk out of here.
Malcor Valis is guarding our retreat. The way should be clear.
Malkur? Well, why didn't you say so? Tarami wondered what happened to him. But this one has had enough of this place. Let's get out of here.
I'm ready when you are.
They cast a shield spell on the gate. We're trapped.
We'll deal with the
Cause
gate.
trouble.
Just
You'll
keep
be
them away
sorry.
from us until we're done.
You have been judged. You won't escape. You
We won't.
escape. No one ever escapes my judgment.
Someday you'll make something surprising with that.
Time for you to die. The penalty is death.
What are you doing? Oh. Well, thank you for standing so still. I mean, it's easy to kill you.
I'll execute you myself.
You've been judged and found wanting, Sibylline.
Enough fun and games. Let's get out of here.
The diversion I set up is working. Hurry before the Daedra notice and come after us.
That's what he was doing, you busy little beaver.
We fought well, didn't we? I think we might just have a chance at turning this disaster into a successful operation.
You can make it to the Hollow City from here?
We've opened a portal to the city. Feel free to use it if you want. We're in your debt. Without your help, the others would still be locked away, or worse. We'll get to safety and begin stabilizing the portals to Nirn right away. All right, let's head out. We've got portals to stabilize, you know.
Someday, I'd like to do a research paper on the mercantile ecosystem of cities like this. Where do the goods come from? And where do they go?
Xander. Xander, I love you. Okay, so... very beneficial to me if I do some dungeons. So let's go do some dungeon. Let's make some flowers while we're at it as well.
Is there a tea shop here? Can you imagine the exotic herbal blends we could procure here?
Xander. Okay. Maybe this way? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. I think I led us astray, Xander, but I think we'll be okay. I think we'll still find it. Wrong. Okay, we're just gonna... I don't want to play with you guys, but I don't think I have a choice.
You look like a sturdy one. Should I take you to my twist?
I don't know if you could hear what the seducer was saying, but they were saying, you look like a sturdy one. Should I keep you?
Another chance at perfection.
I'm getting all stab happy.
Sometimes the right thing and the wrong thing are the same thing.
You don't say.
You have come to Haj Uzith in its most desperate hour.
Oh, that's not what I meant to do.
You have come to Haj Uzith in its most desperate hour.
What is this place?
Haj Uzith is a place out of time. An ancient Argonian settlement, plucked from the Black Marsh and deposited into this dread realm. We know of your mission to Cold Harbor, and we would like to help. But unfortunately, my people are divided.
Divided about what?
Divided over the fate of our history. But tradition demands that you pass our trials and prove your worth before I reveal all of our secrets to you, outsider. Please, head down this path to the city. I will follow you.
Alright, I'll go. Wisdom of the Ages. This way. Right. This isn't what I wanted, but it's fine. They weren't kidding, it really is plucked out of. I'll go grab this way shrine really quick, since it's right here. Pete's wet. Okay.
I told you, Zohaniel, we will not aid the outsider while our factions continue to argue about the fate of our beloved history.
The outsider has come, Anjin Saka, just as the history foretold. Perhaps now we can finally settle our disputes and do what is best for the Hist and for Nirn itself.
We shall see, Treeminder. We shall see.
Are you ready to help us, outsider? Will you undertake the trials?
Sure, tell me about these trials.
There are 2 trials, each designed to prove your worth to one of the factions here in Haj Uzith. The Trial of Spirit and the Trial of Body.
What is
One
the trial?
shall test your intangible qualities, the other your physical virtues.
Okay, what is the trial of the spirit?
The Trial of Spirit is a test to prove your worth to the scholars of Haj Uzith. It shall challenge your mind and determine your strength of spirit.
What is the trial of the body?
The Trial of Body is a test to prove your worth to Anjin Saka and his warrior faction. I'm sure it involves some kind of contest of strength and physical prowess.
What will these tests determine?
By successfully completing the trials, you shall show your worth and skills to our factions. Then you may participate in the great debate that has fractured our community for so long. Are you ready to undertake these trials?
Sure, I'm ready.
Do you wish to start the Trial of Spirit?
Sure.
This trial determines if your spirit can understand the spirit of my people. We cherish courage, which helps us face this realm's horrors, endurance, which allows us to bear its hardships, and preservation, which keeps our traditions alive.
Courage, endurance, and preservation. I understand.
Take these amulets and speak to the people on the South Pyramid. Give each amulet to the person that best represents its spiritual quality. For each correct match, you'll receive a gem.
What are the gems for?
3 statues at the top of the pyramid represent the challenges our values must contend with. Place the gems in the correct statues to symbolize overcoming these challenges. Then meet me at the base of the pyramid when you have finished the trial.
Hey. Take a quick look. Last items, Amulet of Courage, Endurance, and Preservation. Right. The values of Hajj, we the scholars of Hajj value these spiritual attributes above all others, courage, endurance, and preservation. While these values hold a special place in the hearts of all of our people, it is the scholars who truly understand how these attributes help our society not only to survive, but to thrive in these strange lands. Courage allows us to deal with those who may not always agree with our point of view and to face the unknown. This dark land constantly presents strange challenges and new objectives. Nope, that's not what it says at all. New obstacles. But we must not cower before these. We must meet them head on and deal with them as bravely and as boldly as we can. Endurance allows us to withstand the hardships and difficulties of this harsh, barren land. It takes patience and skill and a natural hardiness to overcome the constant challenges of this punishing realm. We must bear the brunt of the difficulties and withstand every unexpected storm if we hope to survive. Preservation allows us to remember our past and maintain the civilization that our history has sacrificed so much to safeguard. We look to the words and deeds of our ancestors to be our guides, and we protect the stories and lessons of the past so that we can continue to teach us and remind us of who and what we are.
I see the trial of spirit has begun. I am a go-between. I negotiate interactions between my people's 2 factions, as well as with the other inhabitants of Cold Harbor.
I think I have an amulet for you.
And which of Zohan'il's baubles do you think matches my daring nature?
Your daring nature.
Thank you. I need to be brave and resolute to negotiate not only with my own people, but with the sad and dangerous creatures that roam this twisted plane. Here, take this gem of courage. You will need it when you reach the top of the pyramid.
Okay, thank you kindly. We're stuck. We're stuck, Xander, we're stuck. Okay. Nomming on our I don't know what we're eating. Pastry.
Taking forever. Are you here for the trial of spirit? Then know that I am but a humble farmer dealing with whatever this strange land throws at me so that I can provide food for my people.
This is pleasant. Now we just need to brew up some tea.
Or I give her. So I'm gonna guess she's courage. How we came to Cold Harbor. In the ancient past, my people lived in Nirn. Our great civilization rose from the warm swamps of Black Marsh, and our beloved history was connected to the other histories of the world. But a time of change was coming. The Argonian civilization as we knew it was coming to an end. Our history told us so. And our history despaired. It did not want to see the great civilization fall. It did not want to see its children reduced to a more primitive, primeval state. Our history sought a solution that would keep our civilization intact. That our legends tell us is when Molong Bal appeared with an offer we couldn't refuse. The Lord of Brutality's offer was simple. He would create a place in his realm of Cold Harbor for our history and its children. A place where we can continue our values and traditions, just as we always done. We would not have to fear the coming changes that would sweep through the rest of the Argonian settlements. And all the Daedric Prince asked for, all he wanted in return, was a little of our history sap. Our beloved history decided that it would spare a bit of sap in exchange for the continued health and happiness of its children. It accepted Molag Bal's offer, and the city of the Hajj, but along with its people and its hiss, slid into oblivion and came to rest upon Cold Harbor's dark and dismal shores. Did our hist make the right decision? That's for the leaders and the scholars and the warriors to decide. For me, for most of the common citizens of Hajj, we'd rather have the civilization we know than the unknown fate we were destined to endure before we departed for the isolated islands of Cold Harbor.
You must be here for the trial of spirit. Know that I am the Lord Master of Hajj Uzeth. I maintain the traditions and customs of my people.
Has provided me with an amulet to give to you.
Of course. And which amulet do you think best matches my venerable nature?
Reservation?
Thank you. My role here is to preserve and pass on the traditions of my people so that each generation never forgets where we came from. Take this gem of preservation. You will need it when you go to the pyramid's upper level.
I was torn between, because I was thinking farming, preservation, was what I was stuck on, but then I was like, well, but maybe she's saying as a farmer she doesn't have much courage.
I don't seem to be making much progress.
Are you here for the trial? One of Zohaniel's necklaces, I assume. And which one do you think matches my pragmatic outlook on life?
An amulet of endurance.
Thank you. I deal with the hardships of coaxing food from this foul land. Without my dedication, who knows what my people would be eating? Please, take this gem of endurance. You'll need it when you go to the top of the pyramid.
It appears that a gem would fit into this statue. Place a gem. Statue of time, statue of the unknown, statue of life. Time would be endurance. And you would be courage? Okay, you are correct. Remove. Endure.
The outsider returns. And was your trial of spirit successful?
Yep, I successfully completed the trial of spirit.
Good. That means you understand the spirit of my people.
What should I do next?
You must still complete the trial of body. Speak to Anjin Saka when you are ready to begin.
Will you answer some questions now?
You have proven yourself, as I knew you would. I shall answer what I can.
How did your people wind up in Cold Harbor?
The time of the great Argonian civilization was coming to an end, and our history feared what that would mean for its children. When Molag Bal offered a different solution, the history gladly accepted.
And what does Molag Bal get out of the deal?
We allow Molag Bal's minions to draw sap from the Hist tree. The only thing sustaining the Hist in this foul land is the crystal that Molag Bal gave us. But over time, the crystal has poisoned the Hist. It is dying.
Tell me more about your history.
Our Hist cares for us, protects us. To preserve our culture, our history struck a bargain with Molag Bal. Now the crystal provided by the Lord of Brutality somehow keeps the Hist alive. But it cannot fully heal the poison in this soil.
What is this crystal?
We believe that the crystal is one of Molag Bal's vampiric shards. Foul relics that corrupt whatever they come in contact with. The crystal only prolongs the suffering of the Hist. No matter the cost, that suffering needs to end.
You mentioned helping settle the debate.
Yes, provided you prove yourself worthy to both sides. Our two factions argue over the ultimate fate of the history. Which is the better outcome? Eternal death or eternal suffering? And then, of course, there is your mission to this dread realm.
What do you know of my mission?
We know that you have come to this realm with the Fighters Guild and the Mages Guild. We know that you seek to stop the plane meld that Molag Bal has orchestrated. We want to help you, but we can't while our people disagree.
What do you mean by the ultimate fate?
The scholars, of which I am a part, believe that eternal death is better than the eternal suffering our Hist now endures. The warriors, led by Anjin Zaka, feel quite the opposite. Existence, they feel, any existence, is better than oblivion.
Can't the Hist tell you what it wants?
If only it were that simple. Our Hist is weak, barely sustained by the crystal that feeds it. It hasn't spoken to us in a long, long time. But I have had dreams. They revealed your imminent arrival and hinted at your involvement in our debate.
You have completed the trial of spirit. Are you ready to undertake the trial of body now?
Yep, I'm ready.
Know that our arrangement with Molag Bal prohibits us from interfering with the Dremora who collect sap from the Hist. You, however, are under no such obligation.
What does this have to do with the trial of the body?
It has everything to do with the trial. It is the trial. Beneath the North Pyramid, Dremora gather sap from the Hist into great vats. They use treated wood to heat the sap and refine it, drawing forth its magical essence.
And what do you want me to do?
Demonstrate your strength and physical prowess. Destroy the vats and disrupt their operations. If you add more treated wood to the fires, the sap will burn, and the vats will melt in the intense heat. Complete this task, and then return to me.
Sure, I'll do your dirty work for you, that's fine. It really is fine. I don't mind. So, I've talked about this before, but I'll talk about it again because I'm starting to see it. I remember in the early days of Elder Scrolls Online, there wasn't a lot of side quests. They just had the main quest that you would do, the main story quest. And there was some side quests, but they all tied in with the main quest. It's not like now where there's tons and tons of side quests. And I remember that every region I went to, the side quests were very similar story-wise to the previous quest we did. The only thing that changed was the people. And it's the same thing here. Like, we've burnt vats before, but the storyline's slightly different.
But you had Foyen docks. I hear they never would have held without you.
Thank you. I'm watching these guys out. How did you guys know that? You are in Cold Harbor. There's no way that you got that kind of info. Anyway, I haven't felt it as hard or as in-depth as I did when I played the original early version of Elder Scrolls. They've done better in padding the quests to make it so that you don't see the repeat so much. But I do get the sense, like, a bit of deja vu, or like, hey, we did that already, or something very similar. Peoples. And I will say, there's a lot of new regions that they added, like all the DLCs. There's quite a few DLCs. And they did a lot better in the DLCs in making it so that the quests don't so much repeat. That's nice. That's nice. All right. Warning to the citizens. All citizens must take heed. Our agreement with Molag Bal permits the Lord of Brutality's minions to extract and refine sap from our beloved history. Furthermore, we're prohibited from entering the sap vat chamber or interfering with the sap collection and refinement process in any way. Violating this agreement or disregarding this warning can result in punishment. not only for you, but the entire Argonian community. You have been warned. Thank you for your attention to this. What do we got that I can poke my head into? Sander, why are you in my way? Creepy noise. Wow, since we killed anything, Mr. Xander, I was starting to miss it. Paper I can read. Oh, okay. I don't think that was English. Or words we knew, whatever. And what were you doing up there? Weirdo? What Moloch Ball wants with the hist sap. Other than the last time we did a quest, it was to turn people into mindless zombies. Yep. I pan the camera a certain way, you can see a break in the texture and look out into the void. All these years later, it's still a problem. Oh wait, I am going in the wrong direction. Aren't I? Sorry, Xander.
Ugh! Dirt fungus.
The outsider has returned.
I overheated the sap vats and completed the trial of the body.
Well done, outsider. That should give the Hist time to heal while the Dremora rebuild the refining vats.
What does Molag Bal do with the Hist?
Nothing good, that's for sure. He covets the magical essence of the Hist sap and refines it into potions and elixirs, whose purpose we can only guess at. It's a perversion, but it is one we must endure.
Well, I've completed both trials.
Then the time has come to choose. Do you agree that life, no matter the hardships, is sacred? Or do you side with the scholars, who would rather end the suffering and let our history die?
What happens if I agree to support the warriors?
If you settle the debate in the warriors' favor, then the history continues to live, and our civilization shall endure, just as it always has in this harsh land. Plus, my warriors shall stand at your side in your final battle against Molag Bal.
Remind me what the warriors believe.
The warriors believe that the history must survive, no matter the torments it is forced to suffer. The crystal must continue to sustain it, to keep the spark of life flickering despite the endless pain. Life is precious. The Hist must endure.
I don't like where this is going at all. I should talk to Zoanol before I make my decision.
If you must, I shall wait here for your return.
You have completed our trials, outsider. Now we ask you to settle our long debate. Will you side with the scholars or with the warriors?
Remind me what the scholars believe.
The scholars believe that the history cannot continue as Molag Bal's slave. It withers away, but the crystal will not let it die. This cruel existence, this terrible suffering, it must come to an end. Oblivion is preferable to eternal torment.
Okay, so here's my thought process. When we asked if we just ask what the tree wants, we said the tree hasn't answered in a long time. And so the only thing that's keeping it alive is that vampiric shard, right? So doesn't that mean that it's already dead? Like, it's just life support, right? Just pumping the sap through its veins, but there's no soul there anymore, is what I'm going to assume. And so at this point, I think we're just being kind and saying, all right, let's end this. I agree with the scholars. The history should be allowed to dry.
This outcome, while sad, is for the best. We shall give you a boon to help you in your struggle. Without the vampiric shard, the Hist will pass on naturally. But first, you need to convince Anjin Saka to accept your decision.
Have you made a decision, outsider?
Yes, I agree with the scholars. The Hist tree's suffering must end.
I see, but our traditions allow a choice, any choice, to be challenged. You must defend your decision by defeating our champion in combat. If you cannot uphold your conviction through battle, then how can you expect us to honor your decision?
If I could intimidate, but I'm fine. If that's what you need me to do to convince you, I accept your challenge.
Then go to the challenge grounds and face our champion. But know this, our champion fights to preserve a sacred life. You cannot hope to overcome the strength of his conviction.
I understand. Not gonna change my mind, though. I mean, it was the one thing that made me make that decision was when they said that the history hasn't talked to them in a long time. I'm like, well, then it's dead. That tree is long gone. It's just all that's happening is the vampiric shard just pumping the sap through its veins.
We can use this.
The history must endure.
Time to go to destroy the vampiric shard. Oh, that's the history? Oh, she is deformed and sad. Do you remember what it looked like in the in his normal realm? This is terrible. I'm so sorry, baby.
The cursed shard has been destroyed. Currents of happiness and grief flow through the river this day.
Your long debate has been decided.
Thank you, outsider. Because of you, the history's eternal suffering and enslavement shall finally come to an end. We shall mourn the Hist, but we shall also find solace now that its pain and torment is over. When you need us, we shall be there.
Ah, your search for knowledge continues.
Awesome possum. Oh, you poor tree. Oh yeah, I was right. I was right in my decision. I have no doubt. She's been dead. I'm so sorry. Alright, I don't know why I'm acting like I personally know this tree. I do not. Alright. Let's go to that dungeon. Because again, there's an event going on, the Undaunted event, that I need to do. And in order to do that, the best way to benefit from that is to do dungeons and complete them. And we need to do them anyway, so I'm going to do that. We have 5 more days, but it is a limited time event, but I do want the benefits from the event.
Ew. Be sure to wash your hands.
I will. Oh, baby. The font of schemes discovered. Oh, gross. Quick, Sander, kill them before they come back. They're so disgusting. Thank you, Sander. Oh, yeah. I saw this out of the corner of my eye. One of the reasons why I really liked Cold Harbor, because it's dark, and so the glowing stuff really glows. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. No, stay away from me. I don't want to play with you. You gross, gross bugs. I don't want to play with you either. Why is everything so gross? Okay, looks like there's a quest in here. The Grotto of Depravity? Alright, well, that sounds like fun.